Hi, my name's Phil. I like talking about politics, and in this video, against a background of even the Brexit cheerleaders telling us to leave Brexit Britain because it's all gone belly up, I thought it might be worth considering just what the Brexiteers, including the ones who specifically delivered Brexit, promised that we would be getting compared with what we actually got. It's no wonder that even Brexiteers are calling for us to abandon ship. But first, if you'd like to be notified of daily news and politics, please subscribe to the channel. So, as I'm sure many of you know, the most widely regarded of the pro-Brexit papers, the Daily Telegraph, was recently urging anyone under the age of 50 to flee Brexit Britain. We're incapable of sorting ourselves out, argued the author, and things are only set to get worse. Abandon ship is the call. So it's worth considering what Brexiteers said, and maybe even believed, Brexit Britain was going to look like at this point, when they said so some years ago. In the wake of the referendum and Theresa May's new government setting out their Brexit vision, as hazy as it was, in line with the main Leave campaign. So what happened was a group called Open Britain, which is of course not a pro-Brexit group at all, quite the reverse. But they presented what both the government and main Leave campaign had proposed would and would not change as a result of Brexit. As I say, the group is a Remain group, but what they've done is cited evidence for all the claims being made. And these were claims that Theresa May's government made. Now, you could argue that Theresa May's government did not, in the end, deliver Brexit, but also the Vote Leave campaign, and that included, at the head of it, people like Michael Gove, Boris Johnson, Dominic Cummings, Priti Patel, Dominic Raab, the people who did actually deliver Brexit. Should we go through them quickly? Printed them out here. First of all, same benefits outside the single market. They both promised we would have the same exact benefits. It would be as if we were in the single market and customs union. Second, new trade deals ready to sign on day one. Now, to be fair, they didn't say they'd be good trade deals. They haven't been good trade deals. But none of them have been ready to sign on day one either. Every single one had to happen sometime afterwards, whether months or years. But I'd gloss over that one because, to be fair, at no point did they say they'd be good trade deals. 3, major savings from the EU budget. Now, given that the government are spending more money on trying to paper over the cracks of leaving the EU than we ever spent on membership, in fact, the UK Treasury has lost more money to Brexit than it spent in decades of membership of the EU in the EEC. So I don't think we can really save that. 4, no change to Northern Ireland border arrangements. 5, preserving citizens, workers and environmental rights. Well, they're just removing some more of those and they're going to get rid of hundreds more before the election. So, okay. In fact, we should have smelled, well, we did smell her out, didn't we? I said so at the time. When under Theresa May, workers' rights and environmental protections were part of a legally binding part of the withdrawal agreement. Boris Johnson became Prime Minister and immediately moved them to the political declaration. So the legally binding portion was part of the treaty. The political declaration is, this is our intention, but there was nothing legally binding about it. He moved rights and protections into that political declaration. And we said at the time, oh, what's that about then? Oh, no, I absolutely intend to increase them, not reduce them. So why have you moved them out of the legally binding portion? Oh, just because it looks prettier on that paper. 6, protecting national security. The government and Vote Leave have promised to secure a deal on security that maintains and enhances our cooperation with the European Union. We didn't get one. We didn't even attempt to get one. We don't have one. The EU want one. Our government didn't. So we will not be getting that until Labour organise one. They want one. Maintaining the integrity of the United Kingdom. The government and Vote Leave have promised that the union will be stronger, not weaker, as a result of Brexit. Okay. 8, strengthening science and research. Yeah, we still haven't joined Horizon. We can. There's no barriers anymore. In fact, the reason why there were ever barriers was because of that number 4, the old no change to Northern Ireland border arrangements. But now the way's clear. Rishi Sunak could say, oh, we could join Horizon now. Splendid. Oh, but we're not sure we want to. So we're not sure that we actually want to strengthen science and research. We actually think we might want to reduce it. 9 out of the EU by March 2019. Again, I'm not going to make too much of that. Remember, this list was compiled pretty much once the hard Brexit path had been chosen. But you could tell they knew it wasn't going to happen. They knew it wasn't going to happen. It didn't happen, of course, but that's neither here nor there. I wouldn't expect them to rush out. We did rush out. Look where that left us. And 10, the one that even Leave.eu wanted, the one that all the Brexiteers talked about. Dramatic reduction of migration. I mean, it dramatically reduced from the EU. You know, we have less European immigration into Britain now. But overall levels are higher thanks to massively increased levels of immigration from Africa and Asia because, do you know what? It turns out we need workers to power a large economy. But there we go. So is it any wonder that you look at something like this and you think, this was 10 things. And this was written by a anti-Brexit group, but they cited evidence of where both the government and Vote Leave EU, who became the Brexit government, had all promised. They've all got their citations there. These were 10 things they promised, and not a single one occurred. Not one of them. So is it any wonder that pro-Brexit outlets are producing both news and comment pieces decrying the way Brexit Britain has turned out? They're not blaming Brexit, of course. They'll never do that. They're not changing their tune. Their owners still want Brexit. Suits them. But they recognise that their readers don't see it that way. So they have to present reality as it is fast becoming obvious to their public. For example, one line in this famous comment piece in the Telegraph reads that we're charging Scandinavian levels of tax for American levels of public service. Now, that's a wonderfully ambiguous statement, isn't it? Because you can read that as, oh, we're paying Scandinavian levels of tax, so we should have Scandinavian levels of public services. But that is not how the editor or the owner of the Telegraph wants you to read it. They want you to read it as, well, as we're only getting American levels of public services, we should just pay bottom dollar, the same bottom dollar rate that they do. Because that's what these privatised media outlets do. They have to reflect on reality. There's no point trying to convince their readers that black is white when they've already made their mind up. But they use that acknowledgement of reality to steer the public off course, to persuade them that the solution is something different to the actual solution. In this case, urging us to just abandon Britain to the elderly Tory voters. Oh, that'd be marvellous. The Tories have been in power forever. Oh, but how are you going to manage an economy without any workers? Oh, it's all right. We'll just get the 70-year-olds down the mines, be fine. For example, the article says that successive governments have been unable to sort the NHS out. So they're basically trying to say, oh, it doesn't matter who we try, Labour or the Conservatives, it's the same mess. No, when Labour left office, the NHS was internationally recognised as the best healthcare system in the world. Now it's not even close. If you even try and make that assertion, people will laugh at you. So continue to beware these Brexit outlets when they seem to be admitting that Brexit Britain is a skip fire. They're not being honest about what the real problems are. They're just identifying that there is a problem. But they're not saying what it really is. And they're not being honest about what the real solutions are either. They're just holding up the truth to hide their ulterior motives behind. But there we are. Those are my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comments below. Hope you found the video interesting. If you did, please click the like button. And if you'd like to support the channel further, the join button for memberships. And until next time, I'll see you later.